A Pinch of Portugal is a Hallmark film from 2023. It's directed by Clare Niederpruem, written by Nicole Baxter, and we have a cast including Heather Hemmens as Anna. And it's one of those films where there's nothing wrong with it, but I didn't really enjoy it. I just found the narrative to be really, really boring. Visually, it's absolutely gorgeous. And the characters are okay, but they're not that interesting. Anna is a prep cook, and she ends up having to take over the spot of a celebrity chef who has his own TV show. She ends up taking over this. Obviously, there's a lot of pressure there, and she's very nervous about this. And I guess it was interesting to see her stepping up into this role and what that experience was like, and what it's like for the people around her, supporting her. I guess that was okay. But honestly, I just found it to be really dull. And I think the film really leaned into the fact that this was filmed in Portugal as a selling point to make it a little bit different from other Hallmark films. And absolutely, that worked really well. It's filmed in Lisbon, and it's gorgeous, and the environment is really nice. But I think it leans too heavily on that, rather than having a narrative that's actually interesting and characters that are actually fascinating, because I just found it to be rather dull, not very interesting at all. It's not terrible. It's not bad in any real way. The narrative makes sense. It flows well enough. The pacing is fine. The performances are good. I believe the characters' actions. I believe their emotions and motivations. I just don't think there's anything about it that's particularly interesting, apart from the location, and it is really beautiful to look at. We have a lot of gorgeous scenery outside. So I didn't really enjoy it, but it's not necessarily bad. I feel like they're definitely just leaning into the fact it's filmed in Portugal to make it a little bit more unique and obviously visually very appealing. And that means that the narrative just seemed to take a bit of a backseat, and it wasn't that interesting. Do I recommend it? If you really like Hallmark films in general, then sure, I'd say give it a go. If the narrative sounds like it might appeal to you, then it's maybe worth checking out. It's not bad. It's just not very good either. A Pinch of Portugal is not the strongest Hallmark film I've seen. I didn't exactly enjoy it, but there's nothing really bad about it. It's just not very good either.